There's a curious thing that happens with media commentators, whereby if they have just discovered that something is happening, they assume that no one else knew about it before they found out about it, and so they declare it to be something new. We even have commentators and writers announcing the trend we call the exodus to affordable lifestyle, whereby people are leaving the two biggest cities and moving to smaller cities or regional areas, and they present it as something that's quite new and therefore newsworthy, when in actual fact that trend's been underway for 10 years. So recently we saw in news media a headline that said, "The Darwin boom that no one saw coming," because the writer had just noticed that prices are rising in Darwin. Has become one of the hottest, most frenzied property markets in the country. But to say that nobody saw it coming is highly inaccurate. At Hot Spotting, we were advising people in January of this year, 7 months ago, that the Darwin market was going to rise strongly this year. 7 months ago, we did our annual start of the year analysis of the 14 major market jurisdictions across the country. That's 8 capital cities and 6 state regional markets, using 5 different metrics. And we came to the conclusion that Darwin was amongst the markets that was going to be prominent in 2025 with strong price growth. We saw Darwin rising from the bottom of the pack last year up into the top 5 or 6 market jurisdictions in Australia for price growth in 2025. And we announced that back in January. We also saw the trend 6 months ago in our quarterly analysis of sales activity figures for the Price Predictor Index, which showed that the Darwin market was starting to stir in terms of the rise in sales activity numbers. One of the great things about the Price Predictor Index and its sales activity figures is that there's a time lag before a rise in sales volumes starts to show up in prices. So it provides a forward indicator of what will happen with prices. Now, just recently, in June and July, we saw the first indications of prices rising strongly in the Darwin market. Media reports have started to chatter about the uplift in Darwin prices, but we knew that was coming, and we said so back in January and many times since then, because we could see it in the sales activity figures as well as our other analysis. If you want to know about the key areas where price growth will happen before it happens, it's a good idea to follow our analysis of forward-looking indicators like sales activity data. And if you'd done so, you might have bought in Darwin before that market became frenzied and prices started to rise rapidly.